Hello everyone and welcome to Safala Squad YouTube channel. My name is Elena and today I am presenting you a very short video but a very important one, especially if you are a competitive player that is trying to earn the trip to Yokohama to play the World Championship in this year. Now, as I said, we are going to be analyzing a piece of communication that was posted by Pokémon, the international Pokémon company itself, and analyze a little bit the implications that this has for the circuit overall. But before going into it, I just want to remind you that in case that you want to continue supporting the Safala Squad, you want to at the same time get some cards for your decks, you can always check our sponsors which appear in the description down below. So for instance, you want to get some physical cards, you can go to Atlas Collectionables, or you want to get some code cards to build the decks and play test online, you can do the same thing at PTCGO store. So having said that, now let's get into the juicy stuff. Oops, I am disappearing from the frame. Okay. So this is the news that we are going to be discussing today. As you can see, this was communicated yesterday by the official Play Pokemon account in Twitter. I don't know if they also communicated it in other social media platforms, but I think that the main channel that they use is Twitter. Anyway, so it reads, attention Pokemon TCG trainers, they've updated the championship point requirements. Now, just in case that some of you are not that familiar with it, at the beginning of every session, Play Pokemon lets us know the amount of CPs, so championship points, that each player for every region needs to earn in order to get the official invite to play in the Pokémon World Championships. So, if you click on the link, you are going to be taken to this page here. I will probably be leaving the link down below in case that you want to read everything on your own. And it explains the reasons or what has happened so that now players need to get fewer CPs to qualify. This is everything that has changed. So as you can see right now, these are the biggest changes. US and Canada I think they needed to get 450 or even 500 CPs to 350. Europe will only require 250, Latin America 200, Oceania 200, and Middle East and South Africa 200. Now, I'm not analyzing exactly the requirements for juniors and seniors, but because I don't exactly remember how they used to be, but of course they have also been lowered. Now, the important thing is, why has this happened? I think that the answer is pretty obvious. First of all, because the community was really raising their voices and telling Pokemon that they did not feel comfortable with the current event structure. Think that if you compare it with what happened pre-pandemic, we used to have the official large tournaments, meaning regionals, international championships, special events, and all of that. But at the same time, we also got the opportunity as players to play local events and get some points. Those local events were things like League Cups that awarded up to 50 points for the winner, and then League Challenges that awarded 15 points, if I am not mistaken. So what would happen is that, or what would typically happen, is that a player would go traveling around to some really big events, some regionals, did well once, or maybe twice, or maybe even like 3 times, and then get the remaining points by playing locally, which of course was a great way to save money, because the problem that we have right now is that the only source of getting CPs that we currently have in the circuit is by traveling, and not everyone has the possibility to travel all around the world earning CPs. Not only because of a monetary or of a financial reason, but also because those who have a full-time job cannot normally leave 3 or 4 days every few months to play Pokemon. And that's the issue that many players are facing. So Pokemon has heard us, which I feel that is really positive and has lowered the CP bar. Now, some of you might be asking yourselves, and I think that's the million-dollar question, if that is going to mean that locals will be back. We have still not heard anything back from Pokemon, and if you want my very honest and transparent opinion, I think that this is an indication of precisely the opposite. Them lowering the CP bar means that local play is not going to resume anytime soon. I really wish that I am wrong with that, but we haven't heard for them, and in case that they wanted to resume cups and challenges this season, they would have already said something. That's what I think. So maybe, just maybe, they would activate some things for the very last season of the circuit, which will happen, I think, once Scarlet and Violet gets released. But I wouldn't have my hopes high. So I think as it stands now, if you have already traveled and had a good percentage of your CPs, congratulations, because that means that you are very close to get your invite now. If you haven't done that still, well, maybe you want to consider going to the regional schedule and already book some of the events and get the qualify, which I think it's going to be an amazing experience, being able to play in Japan and all of that. Or if not, you can always decide to wait for a little bit and get your invite maybe next year. But this is what has changed. So I wanted to share that with you. They also, if you are playing the Pokemon video game, or if you want to get qualified to the Pokemon video game World Championship, you can also check the amount of CPs that are required, and that's pretty much it. In case that you wonder what I am talking about league caps and league challenges, you can check them. Oops, I misclicked, but it's a happy misclick. So you can always read about them here in the official Pokemon Company website. But yeah, so that's going to be the next objective for the next couple of months. So to summarize, I would really encourage you to check the regional schedule. I think that there are going to be some more regionals coming that will be announced at some point during the course of this quarter. But this is it. So very quick news video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I want to hear what you think about that. I think that we can all agree that overall this is a positive change. But the question that I have is, this is still so positive considering that local play might not come back. So I want to hear your thoughts. I want to know exactly what your situation is and what you think that Pokemon should do moving forward. But for the time being, this is all I can tell you, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. So consider leaving a like and subscribing for more Pokemon related content. And of course, now that we are talking about Worlds and all of that, remember that we have that if you participate in the tournaments that we, Shuffle Squad, are hosting, the late night series, and win some of them, you will get the possibility to win a paid trip to Japan. How amazing is that? I cannot even stress. So that is it. Have a nice rest of the day, and we will see each other pretty soon. So bye bye.
The Shuffle Squad is proudly sponsored by Atlas Collectibles, the best place to buy any trading card game product online. Visit atlastcg.com, and at the checkout screen, make sure to use code TSS12 to save an unbeatable 12% off your entire order. Atlas Collectibles will ship your product anywhere in the world, so make sure you're taking advantage of the 12% savings with TSS12. And if Pokemon is not your thing, don't worry. Go to atlastcg.com and see all the other amazing trading card game products they have there to offer.
The Shuffle Squad is partnered with PTCGO Store to provide our community with the best access to Pokemon TCG codes. They have codes available 24/7, instant email delivery, and you can save 5% off by using code TSS5. If you're a YouTube member or Patreon supporter, you'll have access to a special code that gets you 10% off. So what are you waiting for? Use code TSS5 today and save 5% on your next order of codes on any codes available at ptcgostore.com.
Are you trying to be the best like no one ever was? Now is your time. Head on over to Metafy.gg and search out all our amazing Pokemon TCG coaches, where you can book all sorts of training plans ranging from deck help to full season sessions with your favorite coach. What a great way to up your game. Check out Metafy.gg in the description below and take your game to the next level. Challenge yourself against trainers from around the world to compete for the biggest online prizing yet.
Are you ready for an unbelievable tournament unlike anything else you've ever seen before? The Shuffle Squad is proud to announce our newest tournament series, the Late Night Event, with an amazing grand prize that's bound to have you excited.
Players can compete via play.limitless.tcg.com's online tournament platform every Tuesday to get a chance to earn weekly prizes. And every week, your placement in the tournament is tallied by points based on your best finishes to earn your rank for the Late Night Invitational event.
The series will be conducted starting February 7th of 2023 and carry all the way through to the Invitational on July 9th of 2023, where the top players will be rewarded the grand prizing.
And the grand prize is a signed jersey and photo op with the entire Shuffle Squad, as well as a fully paid trip to the Pokémon World Championships in Yokohama, Japan. This includes hotel and airfare, whether you're a player or a spectator.
Don't forget to check out all the live coverage on our YouTube and Twitch channel of the top cuts of these events for every week. And subscribe so you can get notified where to watch the Late Night Events Invitational brought to you by the Shuffle Squad. Now get out there and start winning. We'll see you in Japan.